Greetings, everyone. My name is Ariana, and I'm very happy and honored to be sharing my journey with you all today. I am an entrepreneur that was born and raised in Fairfax County, Virginia. So, fun fact about me, I actually attended Chantilly, Westfield, and Mountain View High School. Right now, I currently reside in Miami, Florida, and I'm splitting my time between here and Northern Virginia throughout the year. Some of the companies and investments that I'm involved in is mostly real estate based, but the principles and everything that I'm going to share with you today can be applied to any type of business that you decide to go into or executive leadership role. Growing up in the Northern Virginia area and being a Fairfax County public student is an opportunity within itself. The Washington, D.C. market is one of the strongest local economies in the United States. And as a business owner and an investor, there are so many different sectors that you can start an operating business in, whether that be healthcare, IT, government contracting, retail, construction, real estate. The list goes on and on. So when you're deciding what type of entrepreneur you would like to become, really think about what your passions are, what truly interests you. Never start a company for the sake of making money. Do it to actually provide a value to your customers in your industry. So here I am, 16 years old. This is one of my very first jobs at Comfort Suites, and I loved this job because it provided opportunity to see how it was like to run a small business and also exposure to commercial real estate. At the mere age of 16, I was solely responsible for the safety and well-being of our guests during my 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. shift after school. My boss was the owner of the franchise and the owner of the commercial building. He and his wife were my very first mentors when launching my first business, and they were instrumental with guidance, and they're to this day a great resource for investment opportunities, and I consider them great friends. You never know what interests you may have 5, 10, or 15 years from now. So please keep in touch with everyone and never ever burn a bridge. The world can be a very small place. So 5 steps to entrepreneurship. 1, figure out what it is that you're passionate about. So once you figure out what your passions are and what industry you want to be in, find someone that you want to become. Find a role model and go work for them. Pay at this point is irrelevant. In most cases, just work for free because the knowledge that you're going to gain at internship is going to be so much more. And also, if you do a really great job, you're most likely going to be offered a hourly or salary full-time position. And now once you're in that full-time position, you're going to really want to learn the industry. You're going to want to network with everyone, understand all the different departments. And when you have a good grasp on that, the next logical step would be to go into a commission or revenue share model. This means that you are self-employed by definition. You are a 1099 contractor. You're not an actual business owner yet, but you are in charge of your own income. And this is great because this gives you the ability to manage and master your own finances before becoming an actual business owner, with also having some administrative support from the company that you're working for. And then once you're ready and you've done that for a little while, you can become a business owner and hire other people underneath you. Now, being a business owner comes in many different forms. You could start something from the ground up and create all your own systems and processes and create your own client base. Or you can become a franchisee owner, such as the hotel that I worked for when I was 16. There's a lot of different options with becoming a franchisee owner. And then at some certain point in your entrepreneurship journey, there will come a time when you have enough capital to invest in other operating businesses or investments such as stocks, bonds, real estate, with the goal of earning cash flow without requiring you to physically be in the day-to-day of that business. And that's when you become an investor. So my education, I went to the George Washington University School of Business program. It was a 2-year program. I got my real estate license, and the moment that I went on a 100% commission model, I hired an executive leadership accountability coach to make sure that I was hitting all of my milestones. You can go to www.coachfederation.org and find a reputable business coach. Suggested majors: finance, marketing, economics. Those are 3 things that you will always need to have an understanding when running a business. And then anything else that you're passionate about could potentially be your major. For example, I love computer programming and coding, therefore I will obtain a degree in computer science so that I can have my own tech startup. So employability. These are some of the top skill sets that you would need to be an entrepreneur or an executive leader. Leadership skills. It is an extremely valuable skill set in any type of business. Whether you're the shift supervisor at the local Taco Bell or the CEO of a publicly traded company, all leaders must lead their troops. A leader is responsible for ensuring employees are motivated by and committed to the success of the organization. They're responsible for increasing morale and making sure that their team members are being provided the environment to learn and grow with continued education and being the example for all. You can gain leadership skills by volunteering at your local YMCA, mentoring younger classmates, or even perhaps coaching your younger sibling sports team. When I was 18, I signed up for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I mentored an elementary student for 8 years. Not only did I learn new leadership skills, but I was a positive role model, and it made a huge impact on her life. Communication. When you establish an open door policy amongst your colleagues, people feel more comfortable sharing new ideas. As a business owner or an executive leader in a corporation, collaborating with every department is a great way to see things from a new perspective. The open communication in turn creates an effective team environment. Communication is also extremely important when setting goals and expectations with others. When I was younger, I worked as a server at a restaurant. My time there honed in on my communication skills. I was able to speak daily about the specials and in turn communicate any preparation requests to the kitchen staff and ensure the best meal experience for our customers. If you have a job after school right now, practice collaborating with everyone who works there, regardless if they're in the same department or not. Networking. It's one of the most powerful skill sets any person can possess. It's a great way to acquire new business leads and can land you a new job or investment opportunity. When I was 18 years old, I worked at a mortgage company as an assistant. I always kept building rapport with all of our vendors. Eventually, one of our vendors offered me my first sales position. At that time, that was a huge step from grabbing coffee, and it allowed me to gain new experience. Networking can also help you stay on the cutting edge of new tech trends, giving you an advantage over your competitors and your colleagues. You'll have insider information. You'll be able to bounce ideas off with other people in your industry. Branding. Everything we know about every product we use, it's because of branding. I think it's the link that connects the company to the customer. It enables trust. There is a reason why we love shopping on Amazon. Aside from the competitive prices, we know and trust that our package will arrive on time. This trust instills customer loyalty. This is why I always go to Chick-fil-A instead of Wendy's, because I know and I trust that the fries are always going to be fresh. Having a deep understanding of branding is in fact an asset. Jeff Bezos, the Amazon CEO, in recent years purchased Whole Foods. As you may know, Whole Foods is not the most affordable grocery chain. However, it has one of the strongest loyal customer bases. People will still flock to Whole Foods regardless if Jeff Bezos owns it or not, because they know and they trust that they will receive high quality produce when they shop there. Think about your own branding. If an employer wants to ask you during an interview how to describe yourself in 3 words, what would you say? Can you develop your personal brand by not burning bridges? Of course. Do you have excellent references from school teachers and counselors? Do you maintain a professional online presence? Sales. Sales is a skill that you will need to have whether you want to become an entrepreneur or not. It is an invaluable life skill to have. There will always be some vendor you'll need to negotiate with in every facet of your life. As an adult, you will need to negotiate with your landlord, the car that you buy, the mechanic, the catering company that provides food for your wedding, your salary, and even at some point, you will even use negotiation tactics to put your toddler to bed. I promise you this. Negotiation is a skill that will improve naturally over the course of your life. Salespeople hear the word no all the time. Having experience overcoming that rejection will help you with every area of your life. Getting others to agree with you and follow your direction is a great ability to close. You'll find talent that you'll maybe want to recruit to your company, and you'll need to be able to close them on the idea and the vision of coming to work with you rather than your competitor. Day-to-day responsibilities. As a leader, you'll be faced with many different tasks on a day-to-day basis, and these tasks will vary depending on the size and scale of your business. Here are some of the most prioritized tasks. The morning meeting. Whether you're running a small retail shop business or an executive leader at a massively publicly traded company, the morning huddle is a quick and easy way to share real-time information. This is also a great time to acknowledge any of the team members' accomplishments, discuss priorities for the week, share any roadblocks, discuss a new upcoming client. It's also a great time to discuss any industry-related news, such as new laws that could protect or hurt your industry, or maybe perhaps some competitors that are either going into business or going out of business. The size and scale of the morning huddle will change over time as you grow your business. In the beginning, the morning huddle may just be you and your assistant discussing your schedule, or perhaps it's just you and different vendors discussing a project. As a leader in the company, one of your main roles is to solve problems. At any given moment in time, you may be working on solving a legal issue, an internal HR issue, a company morale issue, customer complaints, public relation issues, the list goes on and on. It's your responsibility to work with your in-house counsel, your co-founders, your executive team, and your board if applicable, once you've identified the problem, to discuss solutions and make sure that you see the solution is implemented and seen it through. If the problem is affecting a certain department or perhaps it's a company-wide problem, let's say, for example, a bad press article that is written about the company, it's on you as a leader to effectively communicate this to the board and to your customers and to your entire staff. Communication announcements. This includes memorandums, PowerPoint presentations, conference call updates, internal communications via email or company communication platforms such as Slack. Nowadays, people are very busy and on the go. Most companies have an internal communications service that allows for you to give updates, such as seen on this example right here on the right-hand side. It's on you to effectively communicate all communication and keep all transparency within the company. Checking the numbers. As a CEO of a company or head of a department or a small business owner, you'll be in charge of making sure you're checking your numbers. Depending on the size and scale of the company, the task can range from a simple one-page Excel sheet that lists all your projected sales to something more in depth, like a projected revenue, client retention, user engagement, user activations, renewals, and upgrades. When I first started out in my business, I had a simple one-page Excel spreadsheet that listed out all of my profit and losses. Now I use a much more intuitive software that helps project all of our monthly, quarterly, and yearly outcomes. Raising capital. Last but not least, your job and your role as a CEO of a company, whether you founded the company or not, is to constantly figure out ways to grow and scale. There are so many ways that you can grow and scale your business. Never doubt the potential of your small business. For example, founder of the Dry Bar, Ali Webb, she first started her brick and mortar salon in 2012 in West Hollywood. Now the former hairstylist has nearly 49 locations nationwide and grew her revenue from $1 million to $70 million. This was all made possible by raising outside funding, by raising venture capital. She raised over $50 million. Even if you are an employee of a large company, as an executive leader, you should have an understanding on how to vastly grow and scale. Here are the most common ways to raise capital. 1, you can bootstrap your business. Reinvest all profits into the business, meaning your business, you do not take a salary, you do not take any yearly distributions, and every dollar of profit you put back into the business. You can launch a crowdfunding campaign. There are 3 types of crowdfunding. There's donation, debt, and equity. You can apply for a loan, you can find an angel investor, or you can go with a venture capitalist. VCs will want to have much more of say in managing the day-to-day of operations. They will in turn, in most cases, regulate your board members. They will have preference over shares valued in your company, and even if you're the founder, they can replace you at any time should they have the majority shares. Partnering with VCs are a great solution when you have maxed out all your other resources, or if you have a product that needs substantial amount of funds to scale. As a serial entrepreneur, I've had the pleasure of creating over 250 job opportunities across 4 different industries between the businesses I own and the ones I invest in over the last 12 years. This is extremely rewarding, especially for the people that I personally recruited, hired, onboarded, and trained. Being an entrepreneur has so many ups and downs, but by far one of the best highlights is implementing an idea from the ground up, seeing it come to life, and providing a solution for clients, and also creating that pathway for other people to create a career. I currently sit on the board of Junior Achievement. It's a nonprofit that helps school-age children learn financial literacy. I'm also heavily involved with Homestretch, another great nonprofit that provides housing for homeless women with their children who are often escaping domestic violence. And recently, as of 2020, my husband and I have established the Pareja Family Foundation with a focus on providing disadvantaged minorities job placement in the technology field. I've also in the past mentored a little sister from Big Brothers Big Sisters for over 8 years. Networking. Regardless of what industry you enter, networking is an absolute must for your success. There are 3 major ways that you can start networking and connecting with people today. And that's 1, you can join an association, 2, use social media, and 3, connect with people of influence. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do all 3. So associations. I can't tell you, there is literally an association for almost everything. There are associations for associations. Luckily, you live in 2020 and Google is at your fingertips. So do a little bit of research or ask a career counselor or someone that's senior in that field for a recommendation on which association you should join. Remember, associations are an incredible way of meeting potential mentors, employers, employees if you're a business owner and you're hiring. And it's also a great way for continuing education and becoming an expert in your field. I am personally a member of several associations, and they have helped me tremendously throughout my career. And I've also volunteered on many different associations, including the National Association of Realtors, the National Association of Women in Business Owners, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. You can also join alumni associations and your local Chamber of Commerce. As a small business owner, do not underestimate the local Chamber of Commerce. It's a great resource. Next up, we have social media. If you have not yet, please do create a LinkedIn profile like now. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to recruiters and they won't even consider a resume if it doesn't have a LinkedIn account set up. I mean, seriously. And busy professional hiring managers, when we get a resume forwarded to us and we're busy on the road or we're jumping on a plane or going to our next meeting, we're not going to open up a Word document and scroll through 2 pages of a resume. We're going to go straight to your LinkedIn and we're going to look at it mobile friendly from our phone. If there's one thing you get out of this video today, it's please set up a LinkedIn account. 2, have a professional Facebook or Instagram account. If it's not professional, remain private. If you do choose to keep it public, keep in mind of what you post because it can hurt or, most times hurt your chances of an opportunity. So please keep it professional. There's nothing wrong with having a Facebook or Instagram account. Just make sure it's professional. And 3, another great idea is to blog about your passions. It is a great resource. It's a great way to showcase your portfolio, especially if you're a content writer or if you're getting into media. There was a time when I was looking to hire a content writer, and during the interview, she mentioned she loved blog writing. I looked up her blog, and I was actually extremely impressed with her written communication skills. It was a great portfolio piece, and it gave me more insight to who she was as a person. Needless to say, the blog closed the deal, and I hired her to join our team. And also connect with people of influence. So professors, classmates, managers, coworkers, anyone and everyone could be a potential lead to a job opportunity. I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody from high school Facebook message me or LinkedIn message me saying, hey, I saw that your company has an opening. Would you consider hiring me? Keep in touch with your classmates. You have no idea where they're going to be 10, 15, 20 years from now. And Same with your professors. Not only are they a great, source for a letter of recommendation or for a referral, but they can keep in touch and let you in on industry updates, and it's always good to network. I would not be where I am today had I not networked with all of my past coworkers and managers and just everyone within my community. So thank you all for your time. I'm extremely grateful to have shared my journey with you. If you have any more questions and you would like to connect with me, please feel free to reach out to me via Instagram or LinkedIn, or you can send me an email at ariana@arianapareja.com.